Chapter 27. The Overall Picture. The week I spent at Pine Gap reshaped everything I thought I knew about my role in this unfolding story. Until then, my involvement had felt fragmented. Missions here and there, flashes of knowledge, unexplained assignments that never gave me the full picture. But Pine Gap was different. Pine Gap was where the veil lifted. The central message was clear. The destiny of Earth was already moving toward a reset. Darkness, the fear, manipulation, and control that had strangled humanity for centuries, was destined to be extinguished. Yet the path to that outcome was not guaranteed. It depended on choice, on resonance, on whether enough of humanity could hold the light through the turbulence ahead. 2012, they told us, was a threshold year, a convergence point of timelines. Much had been whispered about it in mystical circles, but here I was hearing it confirmed from those who had been tracking the energetic and galactic data for decades. Crossing that threshold, humanity would either slide further into control or tip the scales toward awakening. If the higher path prevailed, the years after 2012 would lay the foundation for something astonishing: open contact with other civilizations. That vision filled me with wonder. It wasn't just about UFOs in the sky. It was about the recognition that humanity was never alone, that we were part of a galactic family. To prepare for this, the network explained, more and more sightings would be allowed to slip through the veil of secrecy. Fleets would reveal themselves briefly in the night skies. Lights would be seen by thousands, then by millions. Not to frighten, but to seed the collective consciousness with the idea that extraterrestrial was not fiction, but reality. At the same time, the opponent would not sit idle. They would double down on programming the masses with fear, movies depicting alien invasions, television shows where the other was always a threat. The goal was to keep humanity afraid of contact, to make us recoil instead of embrace when the truth finally stepped into daylight. The greater mission then came into focus to prepare humanity for an event, a planetary shift from duality into unity. The date was unknown, the mechanics beyond anything we could fully grasp, but the essence was simple. At a certain point, the old structures would collapse, and humanity would be offered a chance to awaken collectively, to choose love over fear, unity over division. From this point on, my assignments would be less about covert operations in facilities and more about inner alignment. Meditation and dream work were emphasized as essential tools, not just personal practices, but as technologies in themselves. In certain parts of the world, groups were already gathering to hold light, anchoring frequencies that would stabilize the planet's field during the coming storms. I was told I would play a role in this, joining others at key moments and locations. The message was sobering, but also empowering. Humanity's destiny was not to remain enslaved. Our story was already tilting toward light. The mission was not to save humanity, but to help humanity remember who it truly is. As I left Pine Gap at the end of that week, the desert sun blinding my eyes, I realized that my years of fragmented service had finally clicked into place. I understood why I had been called, and I knew that the real work, the work of preparing for the event, was only just beginning.